They're not transmuting that nervous energy from the pelvic floor up into the spine, moving around the CSF, and ultimately moving it into the heart plexus, into the solar plexus, into the third eye. I'm a very firm believer that if you've never had something before, you need to change your systems. You need to change the way that you approach things. You need to change your procedure. Look, for some guys, this is the final key. This is the final piece of the jigsaw puzzle, and it will allow you to attract women on a platform that you've never experienced before. And there are certainly elements that come into play. The element of confidence. I mean, let's just take that one, and the people will sneer at it. They'll say, Joseph, look, I don't want the obvious answer, but let's see how something like that can manifest itself into a tangible result that some other person might call it coincidence, right? So let's say an individual is oscillating at a higher level emotionally, right? They're at courage, they're beyond 200 in reference to Hawkinson's scale. I always say Dawkins, David Hawkinson's consciousness scale. They're oscillating, you're oscillating right now above 200. And previously you're oscillating south of that. You're in apathy, you're in depression, you're holding yourself with shame. You can't even make eye contact with other people. But the degree in which you're holding your head on your shoulders now is changed. You're starting to move. Even the way your posture is changed. It's changed. You know, communication is actually 55% body language, right? So as you're holding your very skeleton, your musculoskeletal system, you are changing the way you're communicating with the world and with other people. And you can imagine, again, if you're oscillating north of 200, then you are communicating a energy, a vibrancy, a kinetic sensation through others by the way you're holding your musculoskeletal system and your aura in a manner which is conducive with higher value, with scarcity, because valuable things aren't that abundant, are they? And if you're holding yourself in this kind of aura, with this kind of energy, and you're making eye contact with people for more than 2, 3, goodness, 4, 5 seconds now, and you're not breaking eye contact, and you allow that energetic exchange between your eyes and somebody you might deem to be attractive that you want to bring into your life, how that might change things. Where previously you broke it off, you couldn't even hold it for a second. You thought, stings the eyes. I can sense her displeasure, maybe. Maybe she can notice the shame in your eyes. Yeah. Changes things. And then the eye contact gets more frequent. And then you decide to maybe approach and introduce yourself and essentially ask the question, is this a woman that I have common interests, morals and values and virtues with? And you might deem that to be attraction. You might deem that to be personal magnetism. And this isn't just the premise of today's video, because there are other elements I want to go into today. So I wanted to share Maynard 345. Credit to you, sir. Oh my goodness, a female just noticed me. This human just acknowledged my existence. I am a god and above other males now. Yeah, let's think for a moment. Caring about personal magnetism, attraction, is a subtle form of lust. I've said it before. You guys are trading in virtual lust for physical lust. Not all of you, gentlemen, but the individuals who are so ensconced, so just, they're interfacing and concentrating all their attention and energy on this particular aspect. It's what drives them. You know, and I can't deny that I haven't been that person. But once I drop my attention to it, because I recognize that you're becoming a beggar in your own mind, in your own body, when you're starting to move in this kind of way, it happens. Happens like that, happens quick. This means throughout your day, you're constantly looking outside of yourself for confidence and validation as a man through other people. You're giving them your power. Why are you giving other people your power? Your power is supposed to be here. I thought this was about cultivating a sense of power that nobody can take from you, but keep seeing comments, I keep seeing, not just on my channel, but on subreddits like these, is I'm not getting what I want. I'm desiring something and I'm not having. And the universe is recognizing your lack. When are you going to recognize that the lack is the illusion? The lack is a personal script that reality is reading in your energy and going, he doesn't deserve it yet. Why would I affirm or why would I change the rules this individual is writing for his own story? You're writing it yourself. You're writing the words for your own life. Why don't you try writing something different? And if you do not get the attention and attraction you're desperately seeking, there must be something wrong with them, not me. Stop looking to the outside world for confidence. It is chasing the wind. It is chasing the sunset. It is chasing tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. There will never be enough external validation, so stop seeking it. You will never be satisfied. Never be satisfied. That's the irony of this all. Paramahansa Yogananda used to say, ever fed, never satisfied. Never fed, ever satisfied. Imagine that. Always fed, never satisfied. Always chasing a feeding. You're always never going to be satisfied. But if you're never fed, if you're not constantly feeding into your desires, you get everything you want. It's a paradox, and it's a powerful one that can change the whole paradigm of your life, your whole reality. Universe starts to collude with you in giving you what you want, and it takes less energy as well. It's a very, very challenging construct because you believe these kinds of things take force, but when you are detached from them, they happen so quickly and you start laughing. You're in hysterics. Instead, achieve internal goals. Some of this maybe I disagree with. I don't believe in counting streaks. You know this already because I believe it affirms a sense of lack. It's like a smoker always telling you, I'm 365 days, 3 hours, 2 minutes, and 2 seconds free from my last cigarette. I don't think you are. I don't think you are. I think physically you are, but I don't think you've let go yet. People sense this. There's nothing coincidental. There's no coincidences. Focus your attention instead on things that bring you positive emotion, things that bring you joy, things that elevate you beyond 200, things that align you in congruence with your deity, your God, with the universe of cosmos, whatever word that you want to choose is most synonymous with that. Exercise the body. Go to the gym, sure. But don't do it for aesthetic purposes. Do it for the purposes of getting strong. Celebrating your physicality, your body, honoring it. What are your goals with, meditation? It might be to develop a stronger relationship with God. It might be to quiet this. I think breath work, I'm going to talk about breath work, is an essential component to transmuting this energy. And many people don't experience what we can describe as personal magnetism because they're not transmuting that nervous energy from the pelvic floor up into the spine, moving it around the CSF, and ultimately moving it into the heart plexus, into the solar plexus, into the third eye plexus, and allowing for very transformative and illuminating experiences, spiritual experiences, synchronicities that are ineffable, indescribable, right? Career goals, financial goals, yeah. You have these assets now. Don't drown them away in more lust. These things will actually make you more confident. Going through life wondering if the girls are checking you out will be detrimental to the practice of SR. It is a subtle form of lust, yeah. It's another energy leakage. That's what it is. It's your, and this is the practice of Brahmacharya because they believe fundamentally that you are, when you're going through this vein, and I know it's difficult, it's a reflex that's difficult for you to undo, especially if you're determined on using this tool to bring somebody into your life and you're checking, is somebody watching me? Is somebody attracted to me, right? It's a leakage. You're leaking energy the same way you're leaking energy in the same way you've been leaking your energy for a long period of your life. So keep the mind chaste, keep it still, keep it focused, keep it under your jurisdiction, have agency over your mind. And you do this through austere practices. You do this through fasting. You do this through breath work. You do this through meditation. You do this through visualization. Have a higher visual purpose beyond that of just lust, and keep your attention there instead. I like to call these memory anchors, whereby if you find yourself falling into those moments of lust, have a emergency plan or a prerequisite visualization or memory that's associated with higher positive emotions like love, tranquility, alignment, yoga, super consciousness, and have that as an emergency plan, an anchor to go, a reflex to go, if I'm experiencing this lust creeping in and bringing me lower, can I move my energy and my attention back to my visualization, replay it in my mind, because I know my nervous system cannot tell the difference between an imagined event and an event happening in real time. And then you start to get vasodilation in your heart. Your heart starts opening up, not just mentally, but physically. You physically feel your aorta like opening, expanding as more blood gets shunted into the heart. And that feeling of gratitude, acceptance, just pure contentment for the life you has starts to wash over you. And you feel whole, because lust, desire comes from a place of lack. That's how you remedy this situation here. And you're carrying yourself with this feeling of wholeness, and people are looking at you going, Jesus, this man is holding himself with such fulfillment, such contentment, such wholeness. I want what he has. Magnetism. Your gravity becomes dense, like a planet with, like Jupiter's planet, I think it has several moons. You're going to have to forgive my astronomy here. I'm not too proficient in it, but you start to bring things into your orbit because you're denser, because you feel wholer. And this is energetically, this is spiritually, this is aurically, in your aura. Focus on yourself. Trite, cliche, but always true. And achieve inner goals the size of skyscrapers or even higher. Victory is won from within your body and your mind, not the approval of random girls or people. Random girls, why are you interested? She doesn't even have the values that you have, the morals that you have. Probably. Don't trade lust for another form. These aren't theories. Facts. Speak soon.